Well, with the state's plan to get students back in the classroom now in place, this morning we're continuing the conversation, checking in with local school districts to see how they're adapting to the guidelines as we finish up the final weeks of summer break. Joining us right now via Zoom is Scottsboro City School Superintendent Dr. Jose Reyes. Dr. Reyes, thank you for joining us this morning.
It's great to be with you guys again.
You saw Dr. Mackey's plan that he released, some 50 pages this past Friday. Any surprises at all? We talked to Dr. Nichols a little bit earlier about the virtual side of the house, the virtual classroom. Any surprises to you?
No, we were, of course, afforded an opportunity at the SSA meeting earlier in the week to view the document before public release, so there were really no surprises to us. But as you mentioned, the virtual piece is probably going to be the most challenging, in my opinion, for most districts.
What's going to make it the most challenging for you?
Well, I think what's the most challenging is for those who decide to come back to the traditional classroom is at some point that we go back to the virtual piece. That blended piece for those individuals, I think, will be most difficult because those who start online at the beginning of the year, that will be natural to them. So for those who choose traditional, we're going to have to work that blended piece in during the year in case we do have a stoppage.
Let's talk about the access to technology. I know you guys had some issues that you were working out when we went to that virtual online distance learning at the end of the school year. What does it look like now moving forward so you can keep up with that virtual aspect?
Right. I think we're in pretty good shape. We sent a survey out to parents, and we got 50% of our households to respond. And it looks as though the predictions that Dr. Mackey had at about 20% of those students who would be choosing online, that's pretty much where we are. However, we're looking at the results, and we're indicating that only about 12 to 15% of that 20% actually needs assistance with a computer, and then less than 10% need access for internet. So we're in much better shape, and we have the capacity to do that now, and we have procedures in place that we'll be able to get those individuals the technology and the internet that they need to participate in online learning when that eventually will come, I'm sure.
Dr. Reyes, as you know, communications is the key, and we can't thank you enough for coming on, all of you superintendents, and mentioning to all the folks out there, to include the parents and the teachers and the staff members, you know, what's the next steps ahead. So for now, though, how do you communicate what your plan is for the parents and the teachers and so on as we're moving toward and edging towards the first day of school?
Sure. Well, as a matter of fact, Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll be meeting with our elementary and secondary staffs, and we'll spend a couple of hours going over some things that were released in the reopening plan. And then we continue to communicate via Facebook, our school messenger, Schoolcast, those type things with our parents. And again, we'll be coming probably every 2 or 3 days. They're going to get something from us, but again, we've let them know that these things are going to be changing every single day. What we say today may not be true tomorrow. So again, it's just going to be a constant communication process with all of the stakeholders we have here in our community.
To get those messages out, we've got about 30 seconds. Should they look at social media pages? Is it your website? Expect emails, letters? How should your parents stay up to date with these changes?
Our parents should look at our system Facebook page, also on our website. And then what we do is when we send our Schoolcast out, the school messenger, that's the robocall, we also have the ability to email that same message to them. So there's about 4 ways that we continue to provide that information. So we just encourage parents to, every couple of days, just to check those outlets.
And we'll be here for you as well. Dr. Jose Reyes,
Thank you.
You bet. Superintendent of Scottsboro City Schools, always great to see you and great to have you on our morning program.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for your time. It is 6:40 right now on your Monday morning. This morning, we're learning more about coronavirus.